After Mr. and Mrs. Michaels were arrested, the house became quiet. Too quiet. Amanda sat in the orphanage bed, staring at the ceiling. She couldn't sleep. Something wasn't right. She kept thinking, if the police arrested them, then where are the other girls? Because when the police raided the house, only Ada was found. No other girls, no records, nothing. It was like the other girls never existed. Amanda's heart pounded. She whispered to herself, they didn't just disappear. Something happened to them. The next morning, Amanda made a decision. She had to go back. She quietly returned to the Michaels mansion. Police tape still covered the entrance, but one officer recognized her. He hesitated, then allowed her in. 5 minutes, he said. Amanda nodded.
If you like more of this story, sit down with your popcorn and chilled Coke. But first, show support by liking and subscribing to my channel.
Her heart raced. Amanda walked through the silent house. Everything felt different. Cold. Empty. She entered the first room. Nothing. Second room. Nothing. Then she entered Mrs. Michaels' private office. The drawers were slightly open. Amanda slowly pulled one open. Inside, files, names, photos, girls, dozens of them. Amanda's hands trembled. Each file had name, age, background, and status. Some were marked transferred, processed, completed. Amanda froze. What does that mean? Then Amanda noticed something strange. A bookshelf slightly open. She pushed it. It moved. Behind it, a hidden room. Amanda stepped inside. Her breathing became shaky. Inside were hospital gloves, medical equipment, empty stretchers, surgical lights. Amanda's heart dropped. She whispered, "Oh my God." Amanda found a file labeled Night Schedule. She opened it. It showed midnight pickups, delivery vehicles, unknown locations. Then she saw something worse, a list. Girls. Then she saw Grace's name as one of the girls. And next to some names, kidney match, blood type, ready. Grace's name was one of the names indicated with the kidney match, blood type, ready, and a time to be harvested. It was that same day, but with an unknown location. Time, 5 p.m. Amanda's body went cold. It was already 4 p.m. They weren't just hiding girls. They were trafficking them, using poor girls nobody would look for. That was why the house had strict rules, because cameras were installed everywhere to monitor the girls' movement so they do not wander into forbidden places where their transactions were taking place or from finding their secret files. No one was allowed out at night because they didn't want the girls catching their operation at night. Footsteps at night, girls disappearing. Once the girls caught them, they were taken for trafficking. The tags, to monitor whatever the girls were doing or going. Everything finally made sense. She had to do something. They didn't have much time to find Grace. Amanda followed another hallway, trying to find more clues to find Grace. She found a basement door. She slowly opened it. Inside, empty beds, chains on the walls, but no girls. They were already gone. Amanda whispered, "We came too late." Then Amanda found something else, a phone, hidden under a table. It was still on. She opened it. Messages, recent ones. One message read, "Transfer the remaining girls tonight to the second house." This message was sent before the night of the charity ball Mr. and Mrs. Michael hosted, which means Grace might be one of them. Amanda froze. Second house? This wasn't the only place. Amanda ran upstairs. She handed the phone to the police. The officer read the message. His face changed. He looked at Amanda. Then he said quietly, "This is bigger than we thought." Amanda whispered, "Are there more houses, aren't there?" The officer nodded. Amanda's eyes filled with determination. "I'm going to help find them. I'm going to find Grace." The officer looked at her. "You might be in danger." Amanda replied, "They were in danger too." The officer nodded. Then he said, "All right, let's find them." The police quickly traced the phone's last message. It led to an address on the outskirts of the city, an old, quiet neighborhood. Amanda sat in the police car, her hands trembling. "Are you sure you want to come?" the officer asked. Amanda nodded. "I have to." They arrived at the house. It looked normal, too normal, just like the Michaels' mansion. Amanda whispered, "It's another trap." The police surrounded the second house quietly. Amanda sat inside the car, her heart racing and praying that it wasn't too late to find Grace. The officer spoke into his radio. "All units ready." Silence. Then, "Go, go, go!" The police rushed forward. They broke the front door open. Suddenly, footsteps inside. Shouting, "Police, nobody move!" Then, two guards appeared from the hallway. They tried to run. "Stop," one officer shouted. The guards pushed over a table and tried to escape through the back door. More officers rushed in. Chaos filled the house. One guard grabbed something and tried to hide behind a wall. Officers quickly surrounded them. "Drop it." After a tense moment, the guards surrendered. But suddenly, more footsteps upstairs. The officer looked up. "Second floor." The police rushed upstairs. Amanda's heart pounded. Upstairs, a locked metal door stood at the end of the hallway. One officer tried the handle. Locked. "Break it." They forced the door open. Inside, dim lights, small beds, and then girls. Many girls. They looked frightened. Some covered their faces. Some cried softly. One of them whispered, "Are you police?" An officer nodded gently. "You're safe now." Amanda couldn't hold herself anymore. She rushed inside. The girls looked at her. One of them gasped, "Amanda?" Amanda nodded, tears in her eyes. "It's okay. You're safe." Some girls began crying. One of the girls murmured,
Amanda's
"They
heart
took her."
started beating. "Took who?" the girl replied. "Her name is Grace." "I need to find her," Amanda said. The officers carefully helped them out. Some were too weak to stand. Amanda rushed out and started opening different doors. The third door she opened, she froze. She couldn't scream. Tears clouded her eyes. On a hospital bed was Grace, with her eyes open and lifeless. Everything inside her has already been taken out. Finally,
She let out a loud scream, and an officer rushed towards her and saw the gruesome scene and shielded her. Amanda was crying, but her heart wanted to explode with anger. As the girls were being escorted downstairs, one officer noticed something strange. A door at the end of the hallway, half hidden. "Check that room," he said. Another officer pushed the door open. Inside, computers, phones, stacks of files. The officer called out, "You need to see this." Amanda slowly walked in. On the wall were photos. Dozens of girls. Some Amanda recognized, some she had never seen before. The officer flipped through files. These girls, they were moved. Amanda's stomach tightened. "Moved where?" The officer replied quietly. "Different houses, different cities." Amanda's heart sank. Suddenly, a phone rang. One officer answered. His face changed. "What?" Amanda looked at him. "What is it?" The officer replied. "Someone just left the orphanage in a hurry." Amanda froze. "The director?" The officer nodded. "She knows we've discovered everything." Police cars rushed towards the orphanage. Amanda sat in the car again, anger boiling in her heart. They arrived, but the gate was open, empty. One officer shouted, "She's gone!" Then, a car engine sound. "She's heading out back!" Police rushed after her. The chase began. The car sped down the quiet road. Police sirens filled the night. Amanda gripped her seat tightly. Finally, the suspect's car lost control. It stopped. Police surrounded the vehicle. "Step out of the car." The orphanage director stepped out slowly. Calm, cold. She looked at Amanda. "So, you figured it out." Amanda stared at her, hurt and angry. "You were supposed to protect us." Hot tears streaming from her eyes. The director smiled faintly. "I was protecting my business." Amanda's heart broke. The police arrested her. After her arrest, the police uncovered everything. More houses, more victims, more names. The entire operation collapsed. Mr. and Mrs. Michaels, the director, and others involved, all arrested. Weeks later, Amanda visited the rescue center. The girls were laughing, talking, healing. One girl ran towards her. "Amanda!" They hugged. Amanda smiled. "You're safe now." The girl nodded. "Because of you." Amanda shook her head. "No, because we didn't give up." Amanda stood outside the center, watching the sunset. The officer approached her. "You helped save many lives." Amanda smiled softly. "I just wanted to uncover the truth." The officer nodded. "You were brave." Amanda looked back at the building. Girls laughing. Free. Finally. She smiled and whispered, "No more disappearing." If you want more exciting stories like this, please do well to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel.